The woman from Wiltshire, who's living with severe MS, is fighting for people with disabilities to be allowed to have their carers in hospital with them. Nina Parry, who lives in Swindon, says she's received dozens of messages from people who have gone through difficult experiences.
Thousands of people have already signed a petition calling for Nina's Law. But the 50-year-old says she needs 100,000 signatures for it to be heard in Parliament. Victoria Davis reports.
Nina Parry has MS. Her carers are her lifeline. 4 times a day they come to her home in Swindon to help her.
They literally do everything. They shower me in the morning, they get me out of bed, they prepare my food for me, they will do my exercises, and I couldn't be without them.
But Nina started to fear being admitted to hospital. She discovered that many hospitals around the country don't allow carers onto the ward, which she says would severely affect the patient.
It'd be horrific. I would be so anxious, depressed. I'd be stuck in a bed, I wouldn't be able to move. I would get ill, I'd get a pressure sore. Potentially then might get sepsis, and I'd become more ill by having a hospital stay. So I thought something has to be done.
Nina has now started an online petition for something called Nina's Law, which would force all hospitals to allow carers or family members to help continue looking after their patients alongside the hospital staff. In just a few weeks, it's already received more than 20,000 signatures, as well as support from her local MP.
I just think it's really sensible, to be honest with you. I can't see a reason not to support it. 1, it can reduce the burden and the stress on the nurses, but 2, obviously we have patients with complex needs, and if you have a carer that already understands them, that can make a massive difference in supporting them and making them feel more comfortable. It might take the nurse a little bit of time to get to speed with what the patient is suffering with, so I think it's a great idea.
Absolutely change their lives. Absolutely, people would not be frightened to go into hospital saying things like, I would rather die at home with my family and carers. They need the help. This really does need to happen.
Fortunately for Nina, the Great Western Hospital is happy to work with carers. But Nina says she wants to make sure this is the case for all patients in all hospitals, and says it's vital Nina's Law becomes a reality. Victoria Davis, ITV News, Swindon.